What's up, guys? Welcome back into the Millennial Profit. My name's Adam and I'm a full-time reseller. If you're new here, I'll show you all different kinds of ways to make money. So if you like money, hit that subscribe button. Today I'm heading out to the warehouse. It's currently Sunday night. Usually in these videos I'm doing them Friday night through Monday morning, so you're seeing it at Monday morning. However, there's a big Kohl's event going on tomorrow. I've already called it out to the group. Shout out to Jay Seema on the original call out, and I've got a bunch of leads ready to go at 1 a.m. when the online sale goes live. So if I want to hit some Kohl's tomorrow, I need to get out to the warehouse tonight and get everything that's sold. I'm going to bring it back to the house and pack it later. I'm just going out right now. It's about 8 o'clock. So I'll gather everything up that's sold from Friday night through today, Sunday night at 8 o'clock. And then once I get home in my packaging station in the basement, I will show you guys everything that's sold, how much I paid for it, where I got it. And at the end of the video, I'll talk about the total profit I made on everything. All right, I just got out to the warehouse and I forgot I just got 2 huge loads of shoes in. So I got to put those away first and then I'll gather everything up. All right, now that that's done, it's time to gather up everything that's sold, and I print my labels ahead of time. So I print them as I showed in my SKU video, and I write on the back exactly what they are. This is the back of the warehouse. This is by my desk area. This is middle of the warehouse. This is end of the warehouse. So it's all there. And then I haven't printed these yet. These are everything that's come in today. So I'll just write on a sheet of paper where those are, and we'll start gathering everything up. Starting with the back, which I have 5 different things to get. 2 that I've already printed labels and 3 that are on here. I've got to get a Guardians of the Galaxy costume. I need to get some Adidas baseball gloves, or football gloves I should say. I need to get a Blackhawks backpack. I first needed to get a profit bag, so I have something to put all this in. That makes it a lot easier. Because then lastly, back here, I need some truffle green Converse boots and some dingo boots. So I think I got the dingo boots up here. Size 8.5, match up the SKUs. And then the Converses, I keep my boots over here. There they are. Put the label in. And that's what I'll do for each section. All right, got everything packed. Not sure I'm holding all that with one arm, but let's go home.
Digit win streak since 2021 for the crew.
All right, so let's go over everything that's sold as best as I possibly can down here. Not as good a setup as I have out at the warehouse, but first off, we've got these Christmas lights that I got at Walmart. Extra 75% off clearance event after Christmas. So they were $7.50. I sold them for $38. Let's go over all the shoes that we sold here. Saw me pick up these dingoes. They actually rang up cheaper than that. These are Kohl's extra 50% off. They rang up $17.50. So if you use the Kohl's app in those clearance events, you can actually scan them in the app and they'll be even cheaper. I sold them on eBay for like $65. Converses, $22.50 at Kohl's because extra 50% off there as well. For these boots, I sold them for $70. Cole Haans, looks like I already took the tag off, but usually those are around like $20 to $24, and sold those for $70. We got these Nikes from Owls, extra 60% off, so 60% off of that $38. Kohl's, extra 50% off, but again, this is one that wasn't tagged well. So the first time it was tagged, it was 27, and then they tagged it again, and it was 24, and then they tagged it again, and they were 16, which means they rang up 8. So I got a bunch of these at $8, but again, you got to download that Kohl's app because half the stuff isn't even marked correctly, and you can see it in the app what it sells for. Sold those for $40. We've got these Air Maxes. These were also from Owls, 60% off of it, so 60% off of $60. Sold those for $75. So that's it on the shoes. I'm going to pack everything up after I show you everything that's sold. Let's do miscellaneous bag next. Another one of these from the Flipping from Zero series. These were like 50 cents and selling them for $13. We got another Ohio State National Championship shirt. That was from Dick's, $5. I called out this sale of a bunch of Ohio State stuff for $5, all national championship stuff in the group, and selling this for $25. This I just sold for like $18 on eBay, and I got it at Walmart after Christmas clearance. That was like $1.50. Again, if I don't specify where I sold it, probably was eBay. That's where most of my sales take place. We got this Blue Jays jersey here That was from the $10 hat sale. They also have some jerseys in that as well. You'll hear me mention the $10 hat sale later. These were $24, selling them for $50. These weren't a great buy. They were like $10 and sold them for $20. This was a great buy. I have sold hundreds of these. I got these from one of my local online auctions years ago. It's just the gift that keeps on giving. They were like 5 cents each because I got them by the cases. And I'm selling those bad boys on Amazon for $10 each. Usually they buy more than one, so that's always nice. Same auction place. I got a bunch of team backpacks for like $1. Just selling these for $20. Shout out to King Chorngus on calling this jersey sale out in bread and butter. That was a crazy cook. These were $31 on Dick's Sporting Goods. They had these in the Salute to Service and in the Hockey Fights Cancer, and I'm getting $100 all day long for all those kinds. This was from the bins, so like 50 cents. Just sold it for like 18. And then this was from the Academy sale over the winter. We got these football gloves. Those were like between $6 and $7, and I got 35 for those. Now time for the hats, but I need to sort them first. All right, I got these all sorted out. First, we got these from the $5 hat sale. Again, I should specify, hats are a very long-term category. I do not recommend starting in them. A lot of people probably see me sell a ton of hats. You'll see me sell 40 to 50 hats in a weekend and think, wow, that's a great category. I need to get into that. Well, I have over 6,000 hats in inventory. It's a very slow-moving category. You can pretty much throw sell-through rates out the window. If you want to start with the random stuff like that's over here, shoes, faster selling through categories. And I know I get a lot of people that say, oh, you're just trying to deter competition. Yeah, that's why I put YouTube videos out showing exactly all the hats I'm selling. No, I'm trying to help you be able to turn that capital over faster. If you invest it in a bunch of hats, it's a slow moving category. It's going to tie that capital up for a while. So if you're starting out, I would recommend other categories. But if you've been in the game a while, you kind of know what you're doing. You have some capital to throw around. Hats are great investments and they're really good margins. That's why I like them. And this reiterates how long they take to sell. These are both from the $5 hat sale. They haven't done the $5 hat sale in like 2.5, 3 years. And this one is from like 4 years ago. $5 into 23, $5 into 25. And we got all of these on Amazon. Plus, I forgot, I sold 2 Astros hats on Amazon as well. I have 2 random listings of those. One of them selling for 37 and one of them selling for 45. So that is super random. As well as this Astros one that I'm getting 35 for. And this is from Academy as well as those flat bills. And then I called these out in the group. These were $11 from Urban Outfitters. I called them out for eBay, but they're also selling on Amazon. I got $34 for it on Amazon. And then we got these on Amazon as well. My last one of these. It was a good run. These $1 Indians hats. Getting 35 a piece on Amazon for those. That was a great run. And then we've got these Cincinnati Reds MVPs that were $6 at TJ Maxx. Selling those for 30. And then I sold 4 or 5 of these Milwaukee Brewers. They were $6 or $8 depending when I picked them up. And selling those for 30. Next, from the $10 hat sale, Bread and Butter knows what's up with that. We got quite a bit of these. $32.99 on the Braves, $35 on the Retro Pirates, $30 on the Axe Braves, $35 on the Shamu, $45 on the Travis Scott Florida State, $31 on the Wool Astros, $33 on the Trucker Flat Bill Raiders, $30 on the Brownie the Elf Flat Bill, $30 on the White Yankees Cleanup, $30 on the Retro Bengals Trucker, which I'm pretty sure this is actually going to one of Joe Burrow's relatives because they have the last name Burrow, which is pretty cool. Another Bengals Trucker. I think I got 32 for this one. 30 for the World Series Red Sox Foam Trucker. 35 for the Blue Indians A-Frame. 30 for the Columbus Clippers, $39.30. And now into another $10 hat sale, the Snipes $10 hat sale that we called out in the group. These had some great hats in them as well. So this one for $40. I've still got a stack of those left. And then, so my last 2 Eagles nylon truckers for $30 each. And then this stack here is random. So I'll try my best to pull from my memory exactly where I got it and how much I paid for it. This was a volume play, as you've seen in a few of my Wetzel videos. Ohio State 2025 Natty Champs. These were $5, and just getting 18 for them. I've sold probably 20 of those. We got this from Dick's Sporting Goods for $12. It's a Giants. I think it's called a historic pack or something like that. That was like $10 and sold it for 30. These were also from Dick's, $12. Big League Chew. Really cool pack here for the Boston Red Sox. Sold 2 of those, $32 each. This is from Dick's Warehouse Sale, extra 75% off, so like $3 on that. Sold it for 22. Then these 2 were from a wholesale deal with Delco. Shout out to him. They were $12 each. We got the LA Dodgers, pink and blue. Not sure who wants it in that colorway, but they paid $40. And then I think I got 35 for this cream pack Cubs hat. This was a group call out as well. These were $10. We found them in multiple different teams. I forget the website, but I got 30 for that on Amazon. I don't know why I didn't put it over with the Amazon hats. These 3 Twins hats. We got 2 in the blue. We got 1 in the dark gray. Those were from one of my local stores. They gave them to me for like 60% off of that $5.99. And I got, I think, 18 for this one on Mercari, I want to say. And then these 2 were on eBay for 16. This I got for $5 from Academy. I called that sale out in the group as well. That was an online sale. These were women's Boston Red Sox hats. And I sold it on Mercari for $20. Got this from the Pro Shop. These were $6. Sold it for $25 on eBay. These 3 here were all direct from New Era, so like $12 during a clearance event. Got $35 for the San Francisco Giants, and then sold 2 Cubs for $35 each, pinstripes with the retro logos. And then because of the British Open, 2 more of these sold, one for $85 and one for $90. So that's everything that's sold. Let's get everything packaged up and get you guys the final numbers. There we have it. What a weekend. All right, so running down those final numbers, on eBay we sold 53 items for $2,089. On Amazon we sold 14 items for $456. And on Mercari we sold 3 items for $51 to give us a total gross sales this weekend of 70 orders for $2,596. Now, as always, to get our total net profit, we need to take out all of our costs. So take out our cost of goods sold of $749, our shipping of $360, and our fees of $321 to give us a total net profit this weekend of $1,166, which is a 45% profit margin. Pretty good. We're typically between 40 and 55%. So this isn't bad at all, especially for only 2.5 days. And then if we divide that profit out by 2.5 days, that's $466 profit per day. Not a bad day considering we are just mid-July in supposed summer slump, but I am truly blessed to be able to make these sales. And I owe it all to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I am nothing without him in my life. And I'm truly thankful to be able to do this as a full-time job and to be able to share it with you all. I don't even know what time it is. 12:08. It's 12:08. That's absolutely crazy. I started packing and filming down here at like 10:30. So I got about 50 minutes to prep for this Kohl's sale. Make sure I can fire out a bunch of leads to the group. If you're interested in joining that group, Bread and Butter, that's my personal Discord leads group and community. You can check that out. First link in the description. 7-day free trial if you want to get in there and play around and see what all we have to offer. Thank you so much for all the support on the channel. Keep hustling. Let's keep making money. There's money to be made everywhere, guys. Let's go get it. Thank you for watching The Millennial Prophet.